di rock and roll, ben ritrovati, puntata veramente da non perdere quella di oggi perché sono qui in compagnia di Jim. Hi guys, how you doing?
Hello there, sir. Doing good.
I'm going to, I'm going too, but there's a little bit problem. You bring the, the very gut thing, the rain in Milan. Why?
Because we wanted to introduce you to one of the basic elements.
Okay, definitely.
The next one will be fire.
Fire. Oh, it's definitely better. It's hot. Anyway, you're here to promote the new album that is Venice to Mige. What do you think when you listen to it right now? Obviously, there's something you want to change, or it's perfect just the way it is?
Well, I'm happy with it, yeah, but I haven't, it takes a while for the musician to be able to listen to his own works. So I haven't been listening to the album. I'm happy for it though, We achieved what we wanted to achieve, which is to challenge ourselves and create an album that's a bit different from what we've done in the past. And more Black Sabbath oriented, that's always a bonus.
So it's a little bit more rock and roll, classic rock and roll oriented, yeah, can we say that?
Yeah, you could say that.
And what do you choose, how did you choose the first single? I heard when we were not live that any song could be the single for you because you're proud of the whole album. So you did not took a decision for the single, it was a kind of your idea to choose Kiss of Dawn.
Oh, well, there's not a lot of stuff that can be played on the radio. A lot of it's pretty rough and rocking, and Kiss of Dawn is maybe the most straightforward and the most accessible song. Not necessarily the poppiest or I don't know anything about what radios want to play. I just don't know. I just listen to Black Sabbath back home. That's my connection to the outside world.
Okay, so you don't worry about the so-called 3 minutes and a half problem of producing an edited radio song.
No, that's so 90s.
We're 90s, and we're getting old, so we can't get the job done in 3.5 minutes.
Okay, so. And apart from the record, I know nowadays you're just promoting the record, but you're gonna have a live tour, isn't it?
Yeah. We're going to start touring USA, pretty soon, and then we go to UK, and then we come back here home to Europe. We'll be playing Italy too in March the 13th.
There's a lot of people that are waiting for this moment. So, how much your audience do you think is changed? If it's changed from the past years so far?
Well, I really don't know. I was speaking, how would I know?
I don't know. Maybe just seeing different people at the live.
Well, when you're playing a gig, you're like counting, people, or at times you see familiar faces, but also, when you're playing, you're very, concentrated on the music, so you start to say who's who, and people do tend to change the color of their hair and wear different clothes occasionally, so that's not us, by the way, but anyway, it's tough to say, what else? We're in a position to, so far, to being able to maintain, some of the audience. So there's, it's worth the trip. Fly over from Cold Finland, bring the weather with us, and play here, a few pinheads.
And this happens even when you play at home. So how do people that maybe you knew from the very first years of your band relate themselves with you right now after this whole success and stuff like that? The old school friends maybe from the schoolyards.
We are school friends. We met like when we were 8 years old, or 9 years old, 10 years old, or whatever. So all my school friends are in the band.
Okay, so you did you gave them work.
Our school was very small, just like a little hut.
Okay. So most of the people are in the band, or maybe doing other stuff like Wody and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, kind of.
You bring the school with you, the whole school, what, even the teachers, I know.
Well, that was, about 800 people and a couple of tens of teachers, so we didn't have the possibility of doing that. But no, I have a lot of friends from school times. Who does? Some people are lawyers, some people are doctors nowadays. I don't have anything.
Check your teeth and you don't even know. That could be possible.
It's possible. Everything's possible, but nothing's real. That's what the lyrics said once.
A little bit from the school to Black Sabbath. That is the old school stuff, isn't it? But it's so brand new even nowadays because they did something so forward in the days of musically speaking. But apart from them, is there anything you are enjoying about right now about the rock music scene, or maybe you just pick up some old school stuff and you realize that that was the best thing they ever produced?
Well, I haven't, to be honest with you, I haven't discovered lately, in the last few years, anything too dramatically interesting. So I pretty much have to go back to my old friends, like Sabs or Typo or somewhat like that. But yeah, there are good albums, but not necessarily, such a great bands as, the ones that I truly love. But maybe it's just, maybe I'm too picky. Maybe I should give them more time.
This is a period of great reunions such as the Led Zeppelin, Police and stuff like that, which is the thing that a band should have to last longer, in your opinion, in the music scene or in the rock scene.
To be honest with you, I don't know. We've been around for a while now, but one can always speculate whether the Stones have been together for the past 20 years just because of money. It's only speculation, though. But I agree. You should ask somebody from AC/DC or whatever. How they've been able to put. I guess it's got to be fun. And, we started playing music way before we knew about the temptations of money, fast cars, or chicks, or anything like that. So we started playing. Playing music because of music, and I guess that's a very important factor in keeping us together.
You discovered lately about doing this job, doing like the singer or the musician as a performance?
Discoveries. There are constant little tiny discoveries all the time. But what have I discovered? Not a lot. I guess. Not a lot, I guess.
Maybe a gig.
We just finished recording an album. We've been playing a few festival gigs, so let's say I'm not as scared of flying as I was before. That's the only self-discovery I found out in a couple of past days.
Okay, and in your opinion, which is the best and the worst thing about doing musician for the rest of your life? Anytime I tell people that I do music for a living, they ask me, okay, what's your real job? So,
I don't really know. There's no particular one thing that I hate. Sometimes, okay, I dislike traveling, but sometimes I have a nice time when I'm flying, so, there isn't a thing that I truly, utterly hate, or something that I always love. Because there are times when you play a gig and it's really nice, and then sometimes, it just doesn't go as good as it should. So, everything has downside. But yeah, I suppose hanging in the airports isn't, the most creative thing you can do, but that comes with the job.
On the record, how long did you spend recording and producing the record?
We usually fairly fast in the studio, so we recorded the thing in 2 months and mixed it in 2 weeks. But then we rehearsed before that. We rehearsed maybe 3 months with the band at the rehearsal place, recorded a couple of demos, and And I wrote that stuff, I've been writing that for the past, like, let's say, 6 years. So it takes a long time for a song to find its way on an album, but the actual process of recording it, that's pretty fast.
We can. You said that this album could be considered as a little bit back to basic because it's a little bit stronger, it's a little bit faster. So it's does it change anything from talking about the production from your latest work? Maybe you were much more focused into the artwork thing or creating that massive sound, and nowadays you just want a rock record to come out.
Well, I'd say like we didn't want to use so many layers or ear candies as we did on the previous album. So, because that, well, if you think it afterwards, it's kind of got out of hand a little bit in a positive way. So I really like that as well. But you know, doing that again would have been disastrous.
Okay, and what about the relation between you? You've been together for years, friends in the schoolyards and stuff like that. But nowadays you can consider your bandmates, you all like a second family to you.
Oh, well, I've said this before, but you know, well, actually, I don't want to talk about our previous record label, but the word family has I detest it somehow. But yeah, of course, you know, friendship, you know, intense friendship can be, you know, described as a family, I suppose. But yeah, definitely.
Okay, the last question is a little bit much more personal. Which is the most important feeling for you? And for feeling, you can say love, hate, or even the feeling that you got when you play or when you sing.
What's the most important? Well, let's say it's boredom. That's the most important because I'm trying to get away from that. So acknowledging boredom and getting away from that, then after boredom, everything's fine. You know, hatred, loving, you know, being on the verge of whatever other kind of feeling besides boredom. So, you know, you have to know your enemies, I guess.
Is there anything else apart from boredom you try to avoid in your life?
A lot of things. Unprotected sex and bad quality drugs.
Okay, that's it. So I think that's enough, but we have to have a second meeting when you're gonna come back here performing live. It's gonna be great, and I can't wait to listen again to the album. So guys, it's been a pleasure to have you here so far. Now we're gonna see a video from you. Guys, take care in Madrid.
Stay safe.
Loro sono